Hello to the world of KOSMEK. Thank you very much for your today's participation in our webinar about our quick mold change systems. My name is Nikolai Pruller and I will guide you through today's webinar. In the next 20 minutes, you will hear and learn about the company KOSMEK. You will see how the KOSMEK quick mold change systems can be beneficial for your injection molding machines, and you will experience the benefits of KOSMEK quick mold change technologies in a reference story from IGS Geboya GEMA. Some organizational points up first. You will find this presentation as a downloadable video at www.kosmek.eu soon. You can ask us questions directly via the Q&A or Messenger from Zoom. Depending on how much questions we get, we try to answer them at the end of the session. For any other belonging, please contact us directly at kosmek@kosmek.eu. KOSMEK is the world's leading expert in powered clamping. Due to the limitation from Japanese car manufacturers to 70 bars maximum pressure 40 years ago, KOSMEK developed one of the most innovative technologies for pneumatic and hydraulic work holding solutions like clamping, positioning, and supporting, and also for the factory automation and quick mold or quick die change area. Since then, KOSMEK has been the continuous market leader in Asia. 8 years ago, the increasing demand on KOSMEK patented low-pressure technology brought the company to Europe. KOSMEK is the only company in the world covering all areas of a workpiece production process. We offer solutions for casting, injection molding, and press machines, for example, the quick mold change, the ejector rods for a faster ejector pattern setup, positioning of the mold, and the pre-rollers for easier loading and unloading of the mold. In terms of work holding and machining, for example, various different hydraulic and pneumatic clamps, work supports, and positioning solutions, and in terms of factory automation like tool changers, pallet changers, and grippers. In our product area regarding the quick mold change systems, which we want to talk about, we generally talk about 3 types of different technologies. First is our vertical injection molding, where the tool will be loaded from the top. Second is our horizontal injection molding machine, where you can see the mold is loaded from the side. And about a special type of vertical injection molding machine with a turntable, which is rotating 360 degrees. In terms of quick mold change systems, all these machines need a similar equipment to reduce the setup times in terms of tool changing, to reduce the downtimes for better use, and to increase the outcome of the machine. From a basic technology, we talk about loading and positioning with the help of our pre-rollers and die lifters, and in terms of vertical loading with a chain. Here you can see the pre-rollers in green. About positioning equipment like mold support or leveling unit and mold locators, here also seen in green. Then clamping equipment like hydraulic or pneumatic in various shapes and sizes for automated clamping and unclamping of the molds and the dies, here seen in red. In terms of clamping, we also have the unique mechanical lock technology built in our clamps, where in pneumatic area we are also able to generate such high clamping forces like with hydraulic clamps. For the special vertical injection molding machine equipped with our HC pneumatic clamp, I want to show you a short application example of how KOSMEK is able to change these molds. Here you can see the injection molding machine equipped with our HC pneumatic clamp with the mechanical lock inside. Here you can see the lower clamp, the lower mold clamped with our HC pneumatic clamps. When releasing of the HC clamp, you can see that the lever is completely retracting so that no interference is happening while loading and unloading. So here you can see the movable plate is going up and the turntable is turning around to release the second mold. And once again, with a single button operation, we can unclamp our HC series from the mold for easy loading and unloading. In terms of loading of the mold, you can see that the clamp is operated once more, single button operation. So here you can see we are pushing the button. The air clamp model HC is clamping of the lower mold, and the upper mold is still in position. Once this is done, the turntable starts to rotate and gets in the final space from the injection molding machine. After this, the movable platen is coming down to the upper mold and is going to be clamped again with the help of our HC clamps. So here you can see the movable platen goes down, is pressing as hard onto the upper mold to connect, and now we're connected. We can now use the HC clamp for clamping, and you can see the air clamp has clamped the upper mold, and now we are able to load another mold into the machine. And the same procedure again once more. Single button operation, the mold is clamped with the help of our HC clamp series. Now, in terms of a vertical injection molding machine, for the loading and unloading and positioning of the mold, let me show you the following component from KOSMEK. In this case, we're talking about the leveling unit. And here you can see the mold will be loaded on top of the level unit. Since this was in an inclined position, the level unit won't go down. And it will go down only if the mold is completely straight on the surface of the leveling unit. You're horizontal on the leveling unit. Now you also can see we can place, and we are able to level molds in various sizes and weight of the molds. You also can see we have rollers equipped on our leveling unit for easier positioning and locating inside of the machine, which allows us to reduce the changing time of the mold with the help of our leveling unit. In terms of products, our products can be divided into hydraulic and pneumatic clamps, the mold locators and mold leveling units for the locating, pre-rollers in hydraulic and pneumatic for easier loading and unloading, and quick connect ejector rods for fast change of ejector pattern, and accessories like hydraulic unit, air valve unit, and control panels. But first, I want to talk about the disadvantages which we are facing while using mechanical clamping for our injection molding machines. Before, it is hard to tighten the mold by hand since you need all individual bolts to be tightened. There were different operators and therefore there were also different tightening forces on the mold. And in bad working conditions, the tightening also is heavy and could lead to an injury or The machine could have also been operated without tightening of the bolts, which could lead to a serious accident. And if the working conditions are bad, it also could lead to a deformation of the die. And now let us start with the loading and unloading components from KOSMEK, which might be from an advantage to your setup time reduction. Oh, sorry. So now, So in this slide, I want to show you the different types of our pre-rollers which KOSMEK can offer. For example, we have a removable type which can be removed when it's not in use anymore while the press machine, for instance, is operating. The vertical folding type is, as we can see, you can fold it vertically on the machine. And we also have the horizontal folding for horizontal folding of the pre-rollers. And if the die is very heavy, we also have the type with a stand for the removable type. So with the help of the pre-rollers, we are positioning the mold into the die. And with the help of our hydraulic or pneumatic ball die lifters, we are able to flexibly move the mold inside of the injection molding machines. You are able to move the mold 360 degrees just with your hand force and position it inside of the machine. And for this component, I want to show you the following video example from our press machine in this case. So here you can see the mold is coming loaded onto our pre-rollers with the help of a crane. So now we are on the pre-roller. Once we are on the pre-roller, we just need our hand force to push it inside of the machine. And once we are inside of the machine, we have our pneumatic free rollers, which enables us to move it 360 degrees flexibly on the bolster. So we are also able to move the die easily to the locating point, and as you can see again, 360 degrees freely to move the die, and we are in the locating point. Once we have set, we are just resupplying and no more pressure to the die lifters, and the mold is located safely inside of the machine. Coming now to our ejector rods, the PMEs from KOSMEK. The ejector rod itself has been divided into a base rod and an attachment rod. The reason therefore is very simple. It's just because of simplicity, ease of use, and the speed when changing the ejector patterns. No tools are required anymore, which allows us for changes in mere seconds. For this reason, I just want to show you a quick application example on how much time you could save when using the ejector rods from KOSMEK. Now let us have a look how fast the KOSMEK ejector rods can be changed compared to general rods. So now, as I have said, you just need to pull it out, insert it into the new ejector pattern, and after 7 seconds, you are already finished the setup of the ejector patterns. And now let me make a fast forward. After 2 minutes and 31 seconds, general ejector rods change has been completed. So which means you are faster, have only a changing time within 10 seconds. You don't need any tools, and the ejector rods are light, so you only need a single hand for changing. For the clamping parts, you have here an overview from our hydraulic clamps for the QMCS area. As you can see, we have a wide range for our clamping parts. With the help of our automated clamping, you are able to reduce the setup times, mold changing times, and you can standardize the mold change. Also, the maintenance costs for the hydraulic clamps can be reduced due to easy maintenance, and no special skills are required. Additionally, we also have the KOSMEK high power technology with the mechanical lock inside our hydraulic and pneumatic clamps. And for this special reason, I want to show you the GWA clamps with this unique technology inside. On the first picture here, you can see the mechanical locking system inside of our GWA. In a close-up, you can see we have a spring inside, we have here a tapered ring, and here once more a ring piston, plus the clamp piston itself. Here we can see that at the lock and action function, that the taper ring here expands to the tapered part from the clamp piston by the lock hydraulic pressure and the spring force. The oil bath structure prevents the tapered ring, as we can see here, from sticking to the clamp piston. When the clamp is now in the locked state, the holding force, which is created by the mechanical lock system, maintains the locked state, and the mold is safe from falling if a pressure loss is happening. And in terms of GWA, we also have the GLA, which is the automated type of the GWA, but with the same specs. And in terms of the pneumatic clamping systems, we now want to see you the Q series of our clamps. So here, let us have a short look at this application. So with the spring force and air pressure, the piston moves forward to push the roller in contact with the tapered surface of the air piston. The booster pulls the piston backwards, and this moment provides the lever with torque around the lever pin to lock the mold securely. And now, when supplying pressure to the release port, the piston rod moves backwards and opens the cylinder spring again, so we are unclamped once more. And now I want to talk about the effects after introducing the quick mold change systems from KOSMEK. So now you just need only one button operation to clamp or unclamp of the clamping system at the machine. There is no more dangerous work, and you have an easier positioning of the mold in the machine and due to different components like our mold locators and leveling units. We have an automatic clamping, which leads to work standardization and no more dangerous work. The clamping sequences start with a button operation and therefore no insufficient locking is happening anymore. And since we always have the same clamping force, we also can prevent the deformation of the die in the machine. And now, these were the possibilities and benefits for the automatic clamping and locating and positioning with the help of KOSMEK. This brings me now to our reference story from EGS Geboya GEMA. EGS Geboya GEMA is an international tool maker, and their core competence is manufacturing of molds for injection molding. For a worldwide leading international medical company, IGS designed the mold, including the pneumatic mold change system for a fully electric vertical angle IMM. As for the medical industry, it was mandatory to keep the IMM free from any oil or any other polluting substances. IGS decided to use KOSMEK air clamps HC series with holding forces at 0 bar and mechanical lock inside. After a first installation in some prototype machines and continuous testing in real-life conditions, they decided to go on with KOSMEK HC clamps as it is fully meets their expectations in terms of initial and maintenance cost, safety reasons due to the mechanical lock, and medical requirements. In the meantime, it became the standard quick mold change system on this particular application for the end customer. Unfortunately, due to NDA reasons, we are not allowed to show any pictures of the machines or of the mold. But for a better understanding, it is similar but not the same as in the first video which we have seen about the vertical injection molding machine with a turntable. And for this reason, I want to go back to the start and show you this video once more. So, as we have already seen, the turntable here in this case is turning, but in the case of the IGS Geboya GEMA, there is no turntable, it is a vertical injection molding machine, but fully electric, also equipped with our HC clamps, as we can see here, where the lever is completely retracting, with a mechanical lock function at 0 bar, which always have the safety factor for the medical industry that no oil is coming into the mold. And with that, I want to say thank you for your participation in today's webinar. Thank you very much for your participation in today's webinar. It was a pleasure for me to host this webinar about our quick mold change systems. And now I want to check the chat if some questions have occurred. Okay, if somebody has a question, please contact us directly at kosmek@kosmek.eu. And I say thank you very much. And please have a very nice weekend, and we will see us after Easter. Thank you very much again for your time. And I say now bye-bye and have a nice